Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Garage. Today's video, well, it's going to be a little bit different. You know, on my Patreon page, I do update videos typically every Monday to let my subscribers or my followers or my supporters know what is going on in the shop and what my plans are for the week. So I'm going to do something like that with you today. Currently, I'm still working on Jade. You know, of course, the 68 Mustang. Little things that have to get done that I'm trying to get done. I'm going to show a little sequence of time-lapse videos with this right now. And what I was trying to do was make a video where I showed the interior assembly. So I did a bunch of time-lapse shots of that, putting in the seat belts, putting in the back seat, putting in the carpeting, putting in the front seats, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know if I have some footage of the speakers in the front or not. I can't remember exactly. But there was a bunch of time-lapse that I had filmed. And in that effort, I was going to just kind of, you know, make a composite, you know, video sequence. So basically, you get to see some of that, you know, in this video. Along with that, I have some other things I want to talk about. You know, I've been mentioning on my live streams about the 67 Coupe that I plan to turn into a fastback. Now, as I've mentioned in those live streams and maybe in other videos, I just plan to do the sheet metal on that car. I'm not going to do a complete build of it. My goal is to focus on just doing sheet metal work. You know, I've been doing everything on Jade to get it done, get it painted, all those things, and I've dealt with a lot of stress and frustration over the paint process. I'm not excited about painting, honestly. I can do it. We all know, you know, I can turn out something that looks pretty nice, but it just stresses me out. So I love to do welding and fabrication and, you know, fixing the rust and all those sort of things. So that is my goal moving forward. With that, I have acquired that 67 Mustang Coupe that I mentioned, and I picked up most of the parts yesterday. Well, in fact, all of the parts. And this afternoon, I'm going to pick up the body and get it here. Now, I've talked about in the past, or I've mentioned, or you've seen in the past, the 68 Camaro project basket case. I really want to get that car together. I want to get it done. I'm not going to build the whole car. Like I said, I'm just doing the sheet metal work, you know, get it together and sell it to somebody, you know, so they have a nice project. So I'm really leaning towards bringing the basket case back in here and getting it completed. And then we'll see what happens next. I know there's been a lot of questions about the car that's up there on the lift, and you know, things aren't going quite as they should be, and I'm pretty sure that I'm just not going to be doing much else to this car. I know people have been asking about it. I've had a conversation about it with the owner, and I think we need to come to an agreement of some sort as to what's actually going to happen with this car, because it's been so long and things have become complicated. So we'll see how that really turns out, but I'm really not excited about that car as I was. So anyway, beyond that, I have been trying to do other things around the shop. You know, I've in the back here, and I'll show you in my what is the paint booth. I've been working on my son's Mazda 3. This car was his daily driver through college and most of his, you know, adult life, and he ended up getting another vehicle. So I've been trying to get this through emissions. I've been having trouble with it. I had a couple of codes. I got one to clear, but it currently has a 2177 code, which is low, or it's lean off of idle, off of bank one. So I've been trying to get that taken care of because, you know, this is taking up space and I need this space. So I got to get this car taken care of and get it out of my way. But that's, you know, something that's been on my mind and on my list of things to get done and get out of the way. Also, I've talked about it before. Outside, right outside the door, is a 2004 Honda Civic with some front end damage. I need to get that taken care of. So that may be an upcoming video, you know, where I work on that car and try to get it fixed, because, you know, I have all the parts for it. And we all know the struggle with getting parts right now. Well, I have the parts. I have the skills. I might as well get that car taken care of and, again, sell it, get it out of the way, and move on. So the Mustang, let me go back to the Mustang project. The 67 Coupe, that car has a long history of going through different shops, and you know, the owner had spent a bunch of money on this car to try to get it built, and things just didn't work out. You know, sometimes that happens, and he decided to just cut the cord and be rid of the car. So you know, we made a deal on it. He's actually excited about the idea of me turning it into a fastback. You know, there's a lot of things involved with that. Of course, I will have to get the sheet metal, so that is a concern. I don't know what the supply chain is right now, whether it's good or bad. We all know we're struggling again with parts, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, the basket case Camaro, the 68, I have all the metal for that car. I've had it for years. You know, if any of you have seen those old videos, you know, I think I showed the whole process of everything I have. But let me go over some things so that you know where I stand with this project. So many of you may not know that the 68 Camaro has been sitting outside under several tarps for the last few years. And, you know, it's a shame that it's just sitting here when I have all the parts to get it done. So let me show you what else I have for this car. So yeah, this is my little storage shed for my lawnmower and stuff. There are both quarter panels for this car. There's passenger side and the driver's side is back there. Otherwise, this is the bumper for the Honda. That's the core support for the Honda, and a variety of other miscellaneous things that I have in my little storage shed. And again, this is the little Honda Civic that I need to get put together, you know, inside the car. Well, that's all the repair pieces I have. So there's a radiator, fender, headlights, all kinds of stuff. So it's ready to get worked on. This is my little storage shed, but let me tell you, it is packed. It is packed. So these currently are the new doors for the 67 Coupe that I've recently talked about. But inside of here there's a 67 quarter panel, which I won't be using. That's for a coupe. I've got basically all the other sheet metal for the Camaro. So I know it's hard to see this, but that's the old tail panel from the 68 Mustang. There's a new tail panel right there for the 68 Camaro. This is the roof for the 68 Camaro right here behind all this. There's a new dash panel. This is one of the doors behind this quarter panel. There's another door over there with the yellow paint on it. And beyond that, there's a whole bunch of pieces and parts in here that are for that Camaro. And they've just been sitting here, you know, just kind of taking up space. These are the seats for the Camaro. There's the bucket seats back there. So all these pieces are here. Again, a variety of pieces and parts mostly for the Camaro. In fact, there's the left front fender. You know, it's just piled in here. So that's my little storage building. This is, of course, what's left of the convertible project. These were all the scrap pieces. Typically, when I do this, I just pile this stuff up. It's all sitting on a pallet, basically. But you know, anytime I'm building a project, if I need some hardware, like, you know, there's some bolts right there that are pretty specific. So I hold on to this stuff in case there's something that I need to put the project back together. Over here, well, those are the original doors for the 67. I just set those there yesterday. They're in pretty rough shape. They're rusted out down there at the bottom. You know, the whole bottom section's rusted. And can it be salvaged? There's a good possibility, but they're going to sit outside here for right now. So coming back into the shop, this came with the 67 project. That's a Shelby nose. Yeah. Over here is the Shelby hood. So that's all part of the 67 project. There's some other boxes there. There's a bunch of stuff that I put in my house garage that is basically like mechanical stuff, engine parts, suspension, all those sort of things. Seats, interior, they're all inside the house garage. I'm not going to open that up, but anyway, this gives you an idea of what's in here. And that is a side for the 68 Camaro. So I really want to get that in place. You know, this stuff has been sitting for so long, it needs to get put on the car and get the car together. Oh, and if anybody needs some big block Chevys, I have two of them that I don't need. This one is a 427. From what I've been told, it was out of a drag boat. It has a Hillborn fuel injection system on it, vintage, classic stuff. Magneto coil or a Magneto distributor on it, and it even has a velocity stacks. You know, that go up here on top, the old tube things. And then that's a 454 that's been built and never been run. So contact me if you need a big block. Now I'm also going to mention that I was or am working on a video to put this radio from Retro Sound into the 68 Mustang. Retro Sound makes these. I've been working on it. I have had a couple little issues, but you know, it's almost complete. I need the antenna. I'm going to have an internal antenna underneath the dash to complete that and get that in the car, and then that'll pretty much take care of the whole interior. So anyway, those are some of the things that are going on here and in my mind, and you know, I'm trying to decide what I really want to work on. You know, there's so much that I can work on and so much that needs to be done, but I have to manage my time appropriately. And you know, I've wasted a lot of time on other projects that are just taking up space in my garage, and they need to go. They need to go. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep, you know, I've been turning away people for work. I've been turning away projects because I don't have the space. And, you know, sometimes you have to make decisions that don't make people happy. But, you know, that's what you have to do. And if I can't be happy with what I'm working on, then I shouldn't be working on it. Just put it that way. So, anyway, you have an idea what's going on in the shop, where I'm at, and what my plans are. I am looking for a name for the 67 Mustang project. You know, the Camaro is known as Basket Case. I'm looking for a name for the 67. I've had several good ones on Facebook. One was Lucy, because of loose parts. You know, that I have pictures on Facebook of just a whole trailer full of parts, and I called them loose parts. And so somebody said, name it Lucy. Some said Felix the Fastback. Some said AMT and Hasbro and Transformer and all kinds of stuff like that. So if you have any input on that, by all means, leave a comment what you think I should name the 67 Mustang project. 68 Camaro is going to remain Basket Case because that's how it started. So anyway, that'll be it. Thank you for watching. I hope this was, if nothing else, entertaining, and maybe a little information as to my thoughts and processes. But I want to thank all of you for watching and subscribing. I especially want to thank my patrons for supporting me while I'm doing all these things. That makes me just want to keep going. You know, YouTube doesn't help me as much as they probably could or should, but you know, counting on or having the support from my patrons really helps me keep moving forward. So again, thank you for that, and that'll be it. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.